Do you ever struggle with overspending, impulse buying, maybe blowing your budget out of the water? If so, join me today as we begin a new series for the summer. I'm going to be diving in regards to money mindset. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Hice with Frugal Living Network and also Pause, Pray, and Simplicity. Today we are going to be starting the first part of the all summer series of money mindset. And today we're going to dive in and talk about needs versus wants. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a wants person. Do you find yourself wanting maybe new clothes, new shoes, you have that hobby that you really want something, you want a new car, new boat, all these different things. Guys, you are not alone. I know that struggle. I know that desire. I know that impulse. I had a quick story and background. So I used to work I've been working as a financial coach, but previously worked in the mortgage industry for 14 years and in the financial industry. High six-figure income. I could buy whatever I wanted. There was a day where I was like, I want a boat. So what did I do? Within the next couple weeks, I went and bought a boat. There was a moment I wanted a Tahoe. So what did I do? I went and bought a Tahoe. There was times where I was like, I want to go to Nordstrom's and go drop and get new summer clothes. It's summertime, you guys. We all want new clothes. We want new shoes, new items, all those different things. So what did I do? I went and got new clothes, new shoes, and all these different things. But did it really bring me contentment? That was one of the things that I look back on and I think about. Was what I was purchasing, impulse buying, was it bringing me true contentment? Did I really need it? Or did I just want it? Wants aren't bad. I mean, I'm not saying that we can't have nice things, that we can't go out and also save for really great things and have nice clothes and all these different things, but it's that money mindset of needs versus wants and asking ourselves some questions before we do either major purchases, even in those times where maybe we're a little bit more vulnerable, we're more tired, we're stressed out, we're emotional. Those are a lot of times the triggers where we end up impulse buying, we overspend, we overhit the budget, and we go and just blow and do whatever we want. So I'm going to be sharing with you some practical questions to think about when you are doing some purchases. These are some things that have really been helpful for me. So let's dive in. I'm also going to be sharing a couple of fun Bible verses that are just words of encouragement. So before I do anything, I really have to pause. Guys, I am an impulse purchaser. I'm an impulsive type of personality, so I really have to put this into practice. So when I am buying something, especially when it's a big purchase, I really have had to learn to slow down. Recently, I just purchased a new car. And I wanted that car so bad, and I wanted it right then. I was like, I want that car. I know what I'm thinking about getting. And through time, I have really realized to do a lot more research, slowing down, taking my time before I make a purchase. And I'm so glad that I did, because the car that I actually wanted was actually completely opposite of the car that I actually needed. And so I wanted a Subaru Outback. I wanted all the fancy dancy things. And so I did a lot of research, and I actually realized this is the car that I needed. So I got a Honda Hybrid Insight, which, guys, these are the best cars. I filled the tank up for $36 yesterday. Love the vehicle. But if I would have impulse purchased that Subaru, I would have been so discontent and so discouraged and would not have wanted that car probably within a year or two. So I thought, needs versus wants. What do I really need in this season? And there's seasons, you guys. We all want something, and that's something to think about. Think about your season, your the time in your life or time in the month or different situations of what do you need right now. Prioritize your purchases. We all know we need our basics. We need shelter, we need gas, we need food, we need health care, we need clothing and shoes and those kind of things. And if you have children, obviously baby care items, but those are the basics. Those are the needs. like I said, shelter, food, water, healthcare, baby items if you have a family, gas in your vehicle. Those are the basic needs, okay? And a lot of the other things, those are wants. If you are wanting a lavish trip, traveling, I suggest traveling, don't get me wrong, but it's something that we can save for, that we can build up our sinking funds for. So think needs versus wants, and that really does help you prioritize, not only in your budget, but before you go out and spend. So this last week, I was down with an illness, and let me tell you, Amazon and so many online shopping stores could have just easily eaten up so much of my money because I was down sick, I was vulnerable, I didn't feel good, I wanted all these different things, and let me tell you, I really had to put this into practice. So know your vulnerabilities. If you are tired, if you're hungry, if you're sick, if you're feeling kind of lonely, you're stressed out, those kind of things, really pause in those moments where you're a little bit more vulnerable to go out and do that impulse shopping or to do those online purchases on Amazon or your favorite little store. For me, I love Ulta, I love Sephora, I love Best Buy, all of that. And so really knowing yourself is so important, and knowing your spending personality. So what is a couple other questions? So another couple of things to think about is, can I delay purchasing it? Do I need this right now? Is this something that I can delay for maybe a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, even a couple of years? So delaying yourself that instant gratification, that instant, I gotta have it right now. And if you really pause in those moments, I mean, literally, if you wait 10 minutes to an hour, even 24 hours, you will realize, I don't really need that. I don't really want it anymore. There's so many times I've done that. I'm like, I really want this. I really need this. And then like the next day I'm like, I don't really care about that. I don't really want it anymore, right? So just a thought in the question, can I pay cash for this? Is this something that I'm going to go into extreme debt to purchase this item? So that's just another thought in the question. If you're going into debt to purchase a whole bunch of different items, that's something to really evaluate. Look at your budget, have an accountability partner. Like I said before, when I was purchasing my car, something that I put into practice is doing your research. Do your research before you do some major purchases. Check the reviews. I was doing a lot of review checking in regards to like major purchases recently with like the car, and I'm so glad I did, because I was gonna get a Honda H. Don't get me wrong, if Honda you're watching this, there was another Honda vehicle that I wanted, and I looked up the reviews and I was like, I think I'm gonna pause. I don't want that vehicle. I want this one. This one definitely has better reviews. Ask your friends and family around you. Ask them to maybe hold you accountable. If you are a little bit more of that impulse, you are a spender, and you've got a friend or a family member, a financial coach, or someone that can hold you accountable in those times, maybe say, I really want to go spend right now. Hey, can you give me some words of encouragement? Ask me these kind of healthy questions, things like that. So have an accountability partner. So these are a couple of things to put into practice. And then it's like, what are some things that you can save for? So I really want to make the ending of this fun. I love wants. I think it's healthy to have wants. I actually have a printable, and I will share this over on my website and in the blog. So if you haven't checked out the blog, I'll put it in the link below. But make out a list. So put your needs versus wants. So how can you actually put what I was just talking about into practice? So make a list. Needs versus wants. And then, make sure to get your needs, your basics, your housing, your gas, your food, things like that. And then write your list of your wants. And then actually save for those items. If they are items that you want in the next month, 6 months, a year, 10 years, begin saving for those items. Because like I said, having desires is not a bad thing. God puts desires in our hearts, but he also wants us to be wise stewards with our money. One of the great Bible verses that I love, and I'll share a couple of them real quick, is Hebrews 13:5. Keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have, because God has said, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. I know a lot of us right now, we are going through some financial difficulties, losses of jobs, inflation, maybe you've lost money in the stock market, and maybe fears has really been something you're starting to struggle with. Is it keeping you up at night? Are you having a hard time, sleeping? You're feeling anxious about your money, your financial situation? God does want to bring you that financial peace. He wants to provide for you. Over the last several years, I have always journaled my needs versus wants in my prayer journal, and I have seen God provide in such amazing ways. Even fun things. There was like so many times I'm like, are you serious? I really wanted this. And I prayed, I asked God for it. And it was like funny to see how God provided when I couldn't actually purchase it myself. So I wanted to just end with a quick Bible verse, just so it brings you a sense of peace. I know that, like I said, a few of us are feeling anxious, but therefore I say to you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or what you will drink, nor about your body, what you will put on. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing? Look at the birds of the air, for neither do they sow nor reap, but gather into barns. Yet your heavenly Father knows what your needs are. So that is Matthew 6. Basically read 25 through 27. So good, you guys. So I encourage you, again, just to wrap up, think about your needs versus wants right now as you're going into maybe the new month of July. You're going into summer. Usually summer is a time where we do a little bit more of like traveling and outdoors, and we do adventures and things like that. Just think some needs versus wants that you have. Write out a list. And really focus on contentment, you guys. I know that that's so difficult, especially in the society. We want to compare to what other people have, but be content with what you have, guys. Anyways, guys, it was so good to have you. Thank you for joining me in this video. I'm going to be, like I said, this whole summer, I'm going to be sharing just some words of encouragement about money mindset, money tips. So if you have not followed along, would love to have you as a subscriber. Feel free to follow me over on social media. I'll put the links down below. I've got Frugal Living Network and also Pause, Pray, and Simplicity. And I also have my website, lisahice.com. So anyways, guys, we will talk to you soon and make it a great week. Bye-bye.